What is going on, everybody? What is going on, everybody? My name is JeffLightsYJr. here with the Black Balls channel. Thank you guys for tuning in. We have a special guest in the building today, Mr. Trillian Harris. He is one of the latest commits to Grambling State. Coach Hugh Jackson's got him another quarterback in that QB room. Trillian, how's it going, man?
How you doing? How you doing? Going good?
It's going good, man. It's going good. And like I said, you're going to a jam-packed QB room down there at Grambling. But before we get to the G, man, and what you expect when you get down there to Grambling, let's talk about football. Let's talk. When did you start playing football? Who was the first person to kind of put a football in your hand? How did that go?
I started at a young age. I started about 4 or 5. QB wasn't really my first position.
Okay.
I played DN and tight end. So, but at first, my stepdad at the time, he put a ball in my hand. He's the one that taught me, how to throw a ball, how to what as a quarterback, what you should do. Coming up as a young kid, I was a leader already. I'm very talkative. I'm very, I'm outgoing. So he's seen that, and he was like, you're gonna be a quarterback with the style of who you are. You know what I'm saying? So I took it and I ran with it, and so ever since then, I didn't really take training heavy until about 7th, 8th grade. So everything was just growing up was just God's gift, and so I just took it and ran with it.
Hey, absolutely, absolutely. Now, when you talk about taking training heavy, what was it? What happened in 7th, 8th grade? Why did you decide, like, hey, I think I want to take this training a little more serious and actually get pretty good at this?
Because I was a hooper.
Okay, that's what I was going to ask you about basketball.
Yeah.
Okay,
so I was really basketball was one of the sports that at the time I loved the most. And my dad actually played overseas, played pro, played in the league. So I want to follow my dad's footsteps, but at the same time, I looked in the mirror and I said, "I'm me." You nobody else. You can't follow nobody else's footsteps. You know what I'm saying? So me and my mom came to a decision. She's like, I'm spending money driving for football and basketball, 7-on-7s, training. What do you want to do? Because at one point you got to choose. And so at that age, you're going to be a man one day. So, you got to make the decision for yourself. I'm not going to force you. And so she was like, I'm going to help you make the decision. But so I sat there, wanted to play quarterback, So at that time I remember to this day, my stepdad, he was, at the time, we were staying in Eastville. I was getting up at 5:30, and we were going to train in 7th grade. I remember it to the back of my head. I was going to train down the street. This is the first time I ever paid for training, like anything. And that's the first time I paid. So, I was getting up 5:30, wanted to go, wanted to train, wanted to keep going. So, and then it got to a point where we moved. So then I got held back in 8th grade. That's when I reclassified. I was originally supposed to be class of 2020, and I reclassified due to, my mom looked at me. She, I wasn't mature enough to go play high school ball. Wasn't, so my mom, I'm just going to hold you back. And people think that it's for football, but it was more for my maturity level, what I needed to do for life, So it was a better decision, a life decision than more sports. Yeah, it was for sports, but at the same time, it was a life decision. And don't go to high school because, when you get to high school, that's the last time that you're going to be able to make right decisions, So we did that. We ended up moving about 30 miles down south towards San Diego, Temecula area. And when we did that, I was playing for Corona Chargers. People know Corey Foreman. So at the time, that was my best friend. He go to USC right now.
Yeah.
So Jonah Carnell, Brendan Alvarez. So we had dogs on our team. So Christian Dixon right now, they go to Michigan. That's my boy. So at the time, everybody that's right now that's big college football, that's who I was growing up with. So I was always around the exposure. I was always around it. So at the time, I'm like, I gotta go to a school I want to ball. So school that was down the street from me, I had a couple schools out I can go to, Centennial, Roosevelt. I can go private school, Mater Dei. I could have went plenty different schools, but chose to go down the street to Chaparral. That's where I started off my varsity, my freshman year of varsity. We went about second round, third round of playoffs, and it was okay for my freshman year, but first game I was nervous. We played Rancho Cucamonga at the time. They had Jeremiah Cardell. He went to Oklahoma. He's a coach now at Oklahoma. Sean Dollars at Oregon. They had a whole they back seven was all D1 athletes. Mark Perry he goes to TCU now, transfer from Colorado. So my first game on varsity away at Rancho Cucamonga. So I say I was built for it. You know what I'm saying? So I'm built for it. I'm battle tested. So
let's talk about high school. Let's talk about your time in high school. You talked about playing in your school.
It was wild. It was wild, very wild.
So why do you say that? What was so wild about it?
People see that I went to plenty different schools, and I stay silent, because they say monsters move in silence sometimes.
Mm-hmm.
So my freshman year I started varsity. Sophomore year coming up, we had a coaching change, and at the time it was more, I felt in my eyes that, okay, I started varsity. It's a coaching change. Do I want to stay here? We sat, my mom, dad, we all sat there. What's the best decision? Because at the time, my mom was getting rumors in her ear that she's moving to Orange County for her job. So at the time, my mom was already driving 30 minutes from where we were living. So my mom was in the works, my mom, do you want to stay here? Because at that point, it's football now, you know what I'm saying? So Nevada knocking at the door. That's when Nevada first was about to offer me Washington State. So, I had people knocking at the door. So that's how it's getting real.
Okay.
All from Penn State a couple weeks before. So, we know it's getting real. So when that happened, my mom's like, my job, what I'm saying? We got to move my job to Orange County. What could be a better situation for you? So, my stepdad get on Google looking up schools, he I think you should go private to the Trinity, because words around town, Trinity League is the SEC of California. You know what I'm saying? So that's modern day Bosco, Santa Margarita, Jason. You know what I'm saying? So it's the top private schools, that's they got their own league, but they playing everybody, that's top in California. So boom. I feel like I'm good enough. I'm gonna go there. You know what I'm saying? So I made the decision to go second semester of my really going into second semester of my freshman year. But right before that, my nana passed away. So as I was in the process of transferring into Santa Margarita, my nana passed away. So mind you, Santa Margarita is a private school. So when my nana passed away, I missed about 2 months of school because I came to Texas. This is where my nana was at when she got buried and her funeral and everything. So I came to Texas. And at the time, I was in the USA game too. So I was playing in the USA game in Texas. So, I was just mentally messed up. I was just, going through it because that was the game my nana was supposed to see me play was in Texas. So I'm just messed up in the head, So, and I never dealt with death before, So when that happened, I was just, I didn't know what I really wanted. I was stuck in a hole by myself. So I ended up getting checked. My mom wanted to make sure I was okay. Everything was checked me out and everything for school, everything. So kind of find out I had dyslexia, ADHD, I had a form of dyslexia. So, the school paid for everything for me. The private school paid for everything for me to get checked. So when that happened, I got an IEP now. So I ended up getting an IEP. So now I get, I guess it's not special classes, but I get extra help, take the SAT, anything I get extra time. If I want to go write an essay and I need somebody to write it for me, I'll just tell them what I want done. You know what I'm saying? So I got screwed over at Santa Margarita is basically what I'm going to say. The coach that came in, that was there, he brought in a quarterback, and he knew what he wanted. So it was a private school. You can do what you want. You can, however it is, you know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
So he took it. He ran with the rules. So I got screwed over. So, I'm not scared of competition, but I know if I got something in my gut feeling, I'm going to run with it, So I'm telling my mom, like, hey, like, it's my sophomore year. I need to play, so I need to play. So down the street was Mission Viejo. A lot of people heard of Mission Viejo. So at the time, it's my boy Warren G's son, Elijah Griffin.
Yeah.
So that's my boy. So at the time, I'm chopping up, I'm talking to him, I'm asking for advice. He like, bro, look, go to Mission Viejo, play JV your sophomore year. You know what I'm saying? I'm telling him like, bro, I'm not a JV player, bro. I already played ball. I can say I ain't never touched a JV field, freshman field. You know what I'm saying? Like, just for bragging rights, like, you know, I can tell somebody, bro, I ain't never touched a freshman JV field. So I'm telling him like, bro, I can't, bro. Like, no, I can't. So I ended up telling my mom about Mission Viejo, and at the time, I didn't know nobody up there. So my brother, I have a little brother. He was going to be a sophomore. So he was a freshman. No, he was an 8th grade going to be a freshman. So you know, wherever I went to school, he got to go now. So now, mind you, my nana just passed. Now I got a little brother coming up in 8th grade. You know, coming from 8th grade to be a freshman. He played football and basketball. So now, at the time, Santa Margarita, he cut all his hair off because, you know, at private school, you got to have a certain hair. Wow. So, you know, I'm stressed out like, dang, now I got to hear from my brother that I'm not going to stay. You know what I'm saying? So when that happened, my mom took me out of Santa Margarita, so I stayed some of the semester. She took me out. You know, like, you know, she seen that how they were doing me. They didn't let me do spring ball. They didn't let me do nothing. Like, the coach didn't let me do nothing because I missed school for my IEP and everything. My nana passed, so I was taking tests and everything. So they didn't let me do spring ball, so my mom took me out. She, you know, like, we need to find a school that's going, you know, like, we know that you're going to be big time. Like, we have to move you in a certain way. So I'm okay. Like, you know, my mom wants the best for her son. So, you know, she moved me to Mission Viejo. We went to go talk to Chad Johnson. That's the head coach at the time. He's still there. You know, he told me, he's like, we got Joey Yellen. He originally went to ASU, but he transferred to Pitt, and then he just hit the portal again. Now he's at Hawaii. So he's at so I'll send behind Joey. You know, and this is when football changed for me. It was more, I had to sit back and, you know, being a backup, you got to be fine with it. You know, so I sat down my whole sophomore year due to Santa Margarita giving me an F in football because they didn't let me do spring ball. You get what I'm saying?
Wow.
So I had to sit my whole sophomore year, so I couldn't play no ball. So now we sitting we sitting with, at the time, CIF, we sitting with them, and it's a paperwork. It's one signature that has to be signed for me to, you know, transfer over to play to be cleared. Yeah. Santa Margarita wouldn't sign it. So, you know, sat my sophomore year, everybody thinking, oh, it's because of grades. Yeah, it's because of grades because Santa Margarita changed. You know, they thinking that it's me. Nah, like, you know what I'm saying? So I dealt with a lot. You know what I'm saying? I dealt with a lot of hate, a lot of people hating on me just because they know I'm left-handed, I'm big, and I got a lot of talent. And, you know, and where I come from, you got to get it out the mud. You know, like, I don't come from money. You know, I come from seeing my mama work every day. So I come from, you know, my mama taking care of 2 kids, then maybe extra kids that my boys, you know, my best friends, and they coming over, those her extra kids. So, you know, I seen it, like, so, you know, I wasn't really tripping about it. You know, I stayed to the course and I kept going. So my sophomore year, season end, I didn't play at all. The season ends. We lost to Mater Dei in the playoffs. Boy, JT Daniels, you know, we lost to them. So I seen everything firsthand, you know what I'm saying? So second semester, my mom gets a call. She got to move to Idaho. You know? So this is at the time. So, you know, my mom was like, I got to go to Idaho to start up a new building. Her and my stepdad at the time, we got to go start up a new building and we got to go. And so my mom was like, what you want to do? Do you want to move to Utah with your dad? Do you want to go to Idaho with me? Do you want to live with grandma in Corona and the Inland Empire? Or do you want to move to Texas with your auntie? You know, I was what, 16?
It's a big decision for a young man. That's
17. I'm 17. I just turned 17. I remember I just turned 17. It was about January. And so I'm 17. I'm a sophomore, you know, about to be a junior. I don't know, man. You know, it's a big decision for me. So I'm getting calls here, people hearing that I'm transferring. I'm getting calls from Centennial. I'm getting calls from Mater Dei. I'm getting calls from, you know, the people, everybody is trying to get me somewhere. Rancho Cucamonga, you know, I'm getting calls from everybody. So, you know, me, I'm trying to ask, but I don't really got nobody that I feel like I can ask, you know, for a good decision.
Mm-hmm.
You know, me, I make the decision on my own. Like, I'm going to go to Centennial. Reason why I went to Centennial, there was 3 quarterbacks there the year before. This the year Elias Ricks blew up. 3 picks, right? He had 3 picks that game. So it was from 3 different other quarterbacks too. You know, 2 from the same, and I seen the other 3, you know, the other 2. So I'm gonna go compete. I'm gonna go show people that I can win this spot.
Absolutely.
You know, I'm gonna go show. So, you know, summer come, I talked to Coach Logan. He telling me, you know, he's gotta come work, learn the playbook. So, you know, as me, you know, the game is, I've always been, you know, give me the playbook. I'm gonna learn it in 2 days, a week, you know, however, like, you know, I pick up the terminology quick. So, you know, we go do summer 7-on-7s, do summer practices, you know, I enroll in the summer. So I'm okay for sure. Like I feel I like it. I'm picking it up, you know what I'm saying? So we go do 7-on-7 tournament. Mind you, it's 4 quarterbacks, mind you. So I want you to remember that. How many's at Grambling right now? You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, there's a lot of QBs at Grambling right now.
4 quarterbacks at Centennial at the time. So, you know me, I'm the one that's not getting so many reps, you know, because I just transferred in.
Yeah.
But people see when he come in, like, who is this? Like, you know, like, why is he not with the one? You know what I'm saying? So you know, I'm all right. Like, I'm getting that confidence of, boom, you are him. You know what I'm saying? You are him. You are him. You know what I'm saying? So we go through 7-on-7 tournaments. We go do all that. I'm in practice. I'm balling, right? So the week of Modern Day game, we got Modern Day week 1. This is Centennial. We got Modern Day week 1, my junior year. So you know what? Like, all right, let's go. You know what I'm saying? So we get our first Monday of practice. We get everything. You know, this when coach started breaking down the depth chart. You know what I'm saying? So all right, best. So Monday he called me in. Boom. I'm thinking, okay, at least, you know what I'm saying? Like, you're going to keep it real with me. You feel me? So he tell me that I don't even want you starting JV, but I want you to dress out Friday for punter because I can kick. You know, like I can punt the ball 60, 70 yards.
Oh,
so,
wow.
you know what I'm saying? So at the time, my nana just passed. I'm going through a whole bunch of things. I don't got my mama out here. I need to play ball. You know what I'm saying? I ain't play a whole year, and you telling me you don't want to start me on JV when I could have went to a different school and started on varsity against the same teams that y'all playing against. You know what I'm saying? So I felt disrespected. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? You telling me I can't even start JV, mind you, and I just told Mission Viejo I don't even want to play JV. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I felt like I was really depressed. Like I left, like he didn't even put me on varsity at practice. I didn't get no reps on JV, so I was hurt. Like I was really, I had anger built up. So I go to my mom. Like at the time, my mom was still there just before she left. I'm hurt. I'm crying. You know what I'm saying? Mama, I can't do it. I need to go somewhere and play. Like I gotta take all this anger out. I gotta go play. I gotta go play. So I make a phone call to somebody and they tell me like, hey, like, why don't you think about Colony? Like they got some players, they just need a quarterback. And Colony, and nobody know, but Bobby Wagner went there.
Wow.
So at the time, Bobby Wagner Cousins was up there. So I'm okay. So I go up there, I go visit the school, you know, I meet with the AD. Like this is on Tuesday. So I go meet with the AD on Tuesday. This is Monday practice. And on Tuesday morning, I go to meet like we got a game Friday. Right. Yeah. So I go meet with Colony AD. I tell him like, boom, let him know like what I need. And the coach me with me, he licked me up and down and hey coach, what you need? You need me to come in here and play on Friday? I got you. You feel me? Let's just get everything going. So boom, I enroll Wednesday, right?
Wow.
We're going Tuesday, I enroll Wednesday, I practice Thursday, you know, let everybody know I don't start Friday. I don't start the first 2 drives. The quarterback goes 3 and out, burst drives. Coach like, it's your time. Mind you, I got a different color helmet on. You know what I'm saying? I got Centennial's old helmet on, red face mask. I come out there, first drive, throw a touchdown.
Oh, man.
Hey, you feel me? Everybody in the stands like, who is this? Like, you know,
like they probably wouldn't know the roster yet.
Like, so everybody like, okay, so boom, we lose. We go 0-3. We go 0-3. Mind you, this is my junior year. We go 0-3. We come to 0-4. We play Etowanda. No, we go 0-3. We play Etowanda. Etowanda talking. I know some boys from there. You know, they was talking. y'all gonna go 0-4 today. I promise you. I told him, I'm like, bro, I'm not losing today. I'm not losing. Like, you know what I'm saying? Because at this point, the other teams, I didn't know who was really on there, but I know people on this team. You know what I'm saying? Like, so I gotta win. So come fast forward to the fourth quarter, we down 11 with a minute and 14 to go. So I throw a touchdown. You know, my first play on my highlights was that post route. You know, I throw that touchdown, boom. We come back, we kick it onside. We get it. Then boom, I throw it 3 plays later. I run. We at the 40. I run about 20 yards. I get out of bounds. He barely touches me. I flop. Boom, another 15. Right? You know what I'm saying? So at this point, I'm a playmaker. You know what I'm saying? I want to get the job done. So boom, 15. When we get to 15, next play, I throw the game-winning touchdown.
Wow.
So you know, then that happened. Next 2-3 games, I ended up having a season injury. So I stopped playing ball. Stopped playing for my junior year. Mom was like, "What you want to do? You know, season's done. Do you want to come stay in Idaho? You know, get your recovery going. Like, what you want to do?" So at the time, my grandma she moved to Texas. So the apartment I was staying in, the lease was up. You know, so my grandma ended up moving to Texas. So I drove to Texas, drove the 20 hours, drove to Texas, dropped my grandma off. My birthday was coming up. So I stayed in Texas for my birthday. So this is into 2021. So January 2021, I flew back to Idaho just to stay with my mom for a little bit. And at the time, this is when COVID was getting real big. You know what I'm saying? So my boy from Atlanta, Josh Lord, he's from Atlanta. He called me. You know when people hear the transfer, like people transferring, you know, phone calls start ringing. So he called me.
Yeah, you're right about that.
So at the time, he left Mater Dei. Went to Atlanta. So I'm like, all right, like for sure, like you feel me? We both in the same class. We can make it a 1-2 punch. At the time, Gali Wadu, Coach Wadu, that's like my uncle. He had ASU right now. He's a recruiting coordinator at ASU. So you know he had the plugs. So I'm like, all right. For sure, like I'm gonna think about it. So go to Idaho, talk to my mom. You feel me? What's up? Like you feel me? I need to go play ball. Like I feel better. Everything. You know what I'm saying? So boom, I move with them. You know what I'm saying? So I move with them. I move in with them. And at the time, my mom's still in Idaho. 2 months. I'm barely at Atlanta. 2 months go by. COVID. No football season. School ends. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? SATs is gone. ACTs is gone. So I go back to Idaho. So at the time, you feel me? I'm just chilling. I'm thinking about getting a job because I don't know what's gonna go. I don't know if I'm gonna have a senior year. You know what I'm saying? Because this is at the end of my junior year. So I'm mom. What we got to do? You know what I'm saying? So I'm finna start working. See, just be patient. Just be patient. We had a family tragedy. You know what I'm saying? Something happened in the family. So it forced my mom to move back to California. When she moved back to California, you know, I was, you know, just still training, just going with the vibes. I was homeschooled, so I was just staying homeschooled. Wasn't enrolled into no school. So in the summer, I ended up rolling into Eisenhower just in case, you know what I'm saying? We played football, so I'm already enrolled. You know, so I'm enrolled into Eisenhower. I'm trying to get people to transfer with me. And we never had a season, you know what I'm saying? So that's when Bishop Sycamore called me about 2021 and about March. No, it was about a year ago. I left a year ago, 2 days ago, May 1st. So I want to say about March, April. Yeah, March. So they called me March, about 2021. And then, you know what I'm saying, made the decision. And then we finally left in May. And so, yeah, that's high school career for you.
Man, that when you say it's wild, man, I mean, it really was wild. Yeah. I don't know if I've ever heard a story like I've interviewed. I don't know. You don't know much about me, Trillian. I did local sports reporting, so I've talked to, when I say hundreds of high school students, like I've literally talked to 600-700 high school students. I've done a ton of these interviews. I've never heard a story like that before. That is pretty wild, man. What you say?
Yeah. But you know, like I posted on Instagram yesterday, the best way to explain it is when I put my head down, the devil smiled. But when I lifted my head up, I said amen. You know, so I take that as when I was going through that and I put my head down. Oh, Mighty, I didn't even mention that my junior year COVID happened. going into my senior year of 2020, my best friend passed away November 1st. So I'm at this time I'm really going through it. I'm effed up in the head. I don't know what to do. Like, my best friend passed away. I woke up to a phone call, so I'm all over the place. I'm mentally checked. You know what I'm saying? So to this day, I still deal with it. So that was the biggest. I said that was bigger than my nana. Like, and my blood, but I didn't really talk to my nana every day. This is somebody who I talk to every day. I can just call, hey, bro, you trying to go hoop? Let's go hoop. You know what I'm saying? Hey, I come over. You feel me? You trying to come over? What's up? Like, that's how it was. So, that messed me up mentally. And that's when I feel like my life went from here to here. So I started going up. When I lost him, I was down. But I feel like when the funeral came and everything, I started going up. And I say that's that saying of when I looked down, the devil smiled. When I looked up, I said, amen. So,
hey man, I mean that's a remarkable story, man, and I'm glad you've been able to, like you said, make it this far. All the things that you've been able to go through. One of those things being, you mentioned it briefly, was the Bishop Sycamore. Bishop Sycamore has kind of set the internet on fire at one point last year when people were debating if it was a real school, was a fake school.
Just to this day.
Yeah, just talk to me about your experience at Bishop Sycamore, man. Like, what was that like on the as far as football, as far as school? Like what was that like for you?
I really can't say too much because I signed to HBO with Michael Strahan and them, so we got an HBO documentary coming out about.
Okay. Wow.
But, I give you, some. It was more of a God put everything in your life for a reason. So I was gonna get the pub one way or another. So I was gonna get my face on ESPN one way or another. So and how the story blew up and how it happened is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So I tell a lot of people this. It's a blessing and it's a curse. Yes, people it's a fake school, it's this that. But if you go look at me, I'm me. I ain't fake. I ain't. You know what I'm saying? So you can say anything you want about the school, but it's not. I'm not the school. You feel what I'm saying? I'm the place. You feel me? So, and I haven't came out with it, but it's like, how can you judge these kids that's trying to go play ball and trying to better their life that you don't even know what they're going through? You know what I'm saying? Like I don't ever say nothing to people about it. You know what I'm saying? But when I start to break it down, like, so how can you prove that we 25? You know what I'm saying? Cause I give 5 players that I brought with me that I know for sure that I'm supposed to be class of 21. You know what I'm saying? But we got to do the COVID. You know what I'm saying? So now I tell kids that's my age, think about if you had a son that went through it. Would you laugh and giggle and laugh at him? You know what I'm saying? So, the media made it away, but that's why people say you don't look at the media because the media is its own person. The media is the devil. The media is the negative narrative for people. You know what I'm saying? So I just, it was an experience. It was the great. I ain't gonna lie, it was one of the greatest experiences that I got to do. You know what I'm saying? Having an apartment on my own with one of my boys that I brought from Cali. You know what I'm saying? We both been talking about, hey, bro, let's get an apartment on our own. When COVID happened, we finna get a job and get an apartment on our own. But getting the apartment from somebody helping us and get just to play ball, we loving it. You know what I'm saying? So, shoot. It's more. We took it and we ran with it. I talked to plenty of colleges at the time. I was talking to O State, Akron, Toledo, UTSA, TCU, a whole bunch of schools. You know what I'm saying? And what messed me up was the IMG game. And so if I would have had a better performance, if I would have just had people around me, that wanted the same as me, you know what I'm saying? Like, see me. We was getting up at 5:45 for practice running. I'm up at 5:15. Everybody else is there at 5:50. You feel me? I'm telling everybody, and that's the game. You feel me? I compare it to IMG, bro. Like, y'all want to play IMG so bad. It's the biggest game of our life, but none of y'all is getting prepared for it. What y'all? You know what I'm saying? So it came, and I ain't gonna lie. Before the IMG game, like, I broke down to my mom, like, bro, I don't even feel like I want to play. Like, I don't know if I want to play, like, because nobody's ready. We ain't got helmets. We ain't got, you feel me? Like, we barely got anything. Nobody ready. I don't even want to play. My mom, it's up to you. You know what? I ain't no wussy. I ain't going back. I'm going to go out like a soldier. You know what I'm saying? So I went out there. I took that. I took that ass whooping. Like I prefer like a kid. You can't run from it with your mama. You just got to take it. You feel me? You can't run from it. You just got to take it. I didn't run from it. I just took it. I knew what was going to come with it. I knew, like, the day before, I knew it. Like, I had a feeling we're gonna get our ass whooped. I went play my game though. I did what I could do. As a quarterback, you can only do so much. I'm out there, I was talking to my boys before, and I let them know, they like, hey, just let them know you throwing the ball and you trying to throw it and catch it yourself. Like, it felt like I was out there trying to do everything myself, but I really wasn't. I had 2-3 players on the team that that tried to help, but we don't got a front five that can do anything for you. You feel me?
Absolutely. Yeah, no, you're right. The game is won. Obviously quarterback is the most important, but the game is won in the trenches. You ain't got any linemen, D-O line, D-line. How was the recruiting? Let's skip all that. Let's skip the recruiting of Grambling. When did Coach Hugh Jackson, when did the G-men get involved, or who else was involved with Grambling as well?
So it was more a QB coach.
Okay.
So I enrolled into Cisco this past January. So when I enrolled into Cisco, I really didn't need to, but I did it just to get that school setting back into place. So I enrolled into JUCO to get some spring film, but when I enrolled into JUCO, Coach Gibson, Mark Gibson, we sat down at Cisco, and he like, look, son, like, I don't think you're gonna be here all spring. Like, he kept it 100 with me. Like, I don't think you're gonna be here all spring, but I'm telling Coach, nah, Coach, I want to play the season. You feel me? Coach, I'm trying to play the season. I ain't playing. I'm trying to play the season.
Yeah.
And so son, like, your film and your talent and how you look, I don't think you're gonna be here. So, okay, so I go out. I'm in Fort Worth. I'm training my little cousin. I'm throwing, and I meet a connect. I got to connect to Grambling. So I got a person that's finna become a coach. If he becomes a coach, we're gonna make it work. So when we made it, when it happened, it happened in 2 or 3 days standpoint. So when that happened, it happened on a Tuesday. I got the offer on a Thursday. I didn't. Let me take that back. I'm sorry. I got the call Thursday saying, he got the job and everything. And I'm, man, F that. What's up? I'll make this 4-hour drive. I'm coming up there. I want to meet person. Coach Jackson on the phone. Hey, Coach Jackson, what you need from me? You know what I'm saying? I'll come up there. I don't think you're ready, Coach Jackson, cool. I love Coach Jackson. I love him. You sure you ready? Coach, come on. I'm gonna be. We had 6 a.m. lift on Friday. So right after 6 a.m. lift, we got on the road. And once I got on the road, they had practice. So I watched practice, and and I meet Coach Jackson. And when we meet, he first thing a coach gonna do is size you feel me up and down. So I meet him. What's up, Coach Jackson? Trillian Harris. Big lefty right here. So yes, sir. You feel me? We chopping it up. We talking, and I'm on the sideline. The ball rolls to me. One of the ball rolls on the sideline. So I just throw it back, but it's across the field. You know what I'm saying? So I throw it back. And he take a double look, and I just threw it like just to give it back to him. But
just sitting in the back over there
with a quarterback, you could tell a spin. What I'm saying? So it spent really good. So I feel like that first look when he just it was just more God, just maybe God just made that ball roll over here for a reason. You know what I'm saying? So I threw it back, and he just doubled. He ain't say nothing all practice. All practice, he ain't say nothing to me. After practice came, I went up to him. We just talking, and the first thing he say is, "Get your transcripts over to me." So,
Wow.
I'm taking that as, okay, you want to offer me. But so I go to the quarterback coach. I'm like, hey, he said this and this. Like, you know what I'm saying? And when I went into his office, he went into the office. I went into his office. He was sitting down and I look at him. The first thing he do is he on the phone and he showed me to his wife. And how you doing? He's like, this is a new quarterback we're gonna bring in. So when he said that, I'm committed. You know what I'm saying? You got it. You feel me? Hey coach, you feel me what I need to do? So first thing I do is call my mom. Hey mom, I just offer. I'm committing on the spot. It's more my mom been telling me about HBCU. I think you should go HBCU. I like, if you get the chance, you go to HBCU. So one of her closest friends coaches at Jackson State. So they were trying to give me Jackson State. Mind you, I didn't have a problem going sit behind Shador. You know what I'm saying? I'll sit behind you for a year if I need to. You're gonna go to the draft, so I'll sit behind you for a year, and then the show gonna be mine. You know what I'm saying? So, but maybe that's not my, that's not my path away for that. So Grambling came, so got the offer, committed on that Friday. I was out there Saturday, left Sunday, came back the next weekend for the spring game.
The spring game. Okay, you were there for the spring game. Okay. How was that?
Yep, for a spring game. And it was the greatest experience of my life.
Wow.
So that was really my first time around HBCU. I always see it. I got people that go HBCU. But just being around the spring festivals and everything there and the alumni and people saying that I was a new commit and just getting the love and people telling me we can't wait for you to get, it was more like, okay, like that's why I posted this feeling like home already. Like it's feeling like home, you know what I'm saying? So all I got to do is come and ball. Because once I ball, then I got the whole city on my back, So I just wanted to gain the respect from the coaches first and the players. Mm-hmm. So and the alumni. So I know that the alumni is a big part of HBCU. So it's stuff that I'm still learning in a way of HBCU because it's a lot. So so I'm still learning, but I just want to gain the respect and show them that the work ethic is that I want to come win them over, and I want to win that city over, and I want to, and I want to help bring back, national championships, keep that swag, that the rival game, that trophy at home, so I want to keep everything there, and I feel it's less stress off my shoulders, trying to get to college, get D1 and get what I got to get to.
And man, just all the things that you went through with the high school, with Bishop Sycamore, COVID, just all of this stuff, and it culminated at the end. You were still able to get that offer. You were still able to get your college paid for. You're still able to go to play Division I quarterback. Just how does that make you feel? How does that make your mom feel, man?
My mom's finna cry, because people really don't know. My mom had the chance to go play D1 basketball. My aunt had the chance to go play D1 basketball. My dad went pro, but my dad didn't finish college. So it was more on the side of the family, like I'm the first. Nobody know. On my dad's side, I'm the first boy. On my mom's side, I'm the second boy, and the first one to really make it. So I got an older cousin. He just works, but he has NFL height, NFL. You know what I'm saying? Like he got the body, he got the structure, but he just didn't have the work ethic. So I want to be that pattern change in my family. Mm-hmm. I want to be that. Okay, no, he was the one to change it. He was the one to actually go D1, to play D1, to take that path and get millions of dollars in the league.
Yeah, man, and playing for a guy like Coach Hugh Jackson, that opportunity is there. I mean, he's someone that's helped guys like yourself be able to go on and make it a career out of football. Just, I want to ask you, for those who haven't been able to see you play, how would you describe your game? I mean, you're 6'6", man. You're left hand. You're a quarterback. Just how would you describe your game? How do you use anybody kind of model your game after? How would you describe it?
People actually be questioning, like, is he really 6'6"? Is he really that? Let me say this now. Let me clear. I'm 6'6" when I stretch. You know, when I get out of bed and and I can really set my posture up. So yes, I'm a good 6'6", but on a bad day I'm a 6'5.5".
Okay. 6'5". Well, they can work with 6'5.5". I'm sure they can work with 6'5.5" down at Grambling.
Yeah. But model my game after, I model my game after a lot of people, but I know at the end, it's not really modeling, it's taking what they do best.
Yeah.
And taking it and putting it in my book bag. So, right. So I grew up watching, I grew up playing with and against, Jaden Daniels, Bryce Young,
Okay.
DJ JT Daniels. I trained with JT Daniels. Desmond Ritter. I got a whole bunch of people I didn't train with, like a lot of people. So I trained with Jordan.
Some good players in there, man. Some real good players.
Jordan Palmer, Carson Palmer's brother. So I trained with him. That was one of my trainers back in high school.
Really good trainer, by the way, Jordan Palmer.
I trained with I trained with a lot of people. Like I ain't gonna lie, like I trained with a lot of top athletes. So I seen Josh Allen in person. I seen Patrick Mahomes throwing in person, train with them. I got to see Tom Brady a couple times in Huntington Beach out there a couple times. So I seen a lot of people. So when I'm training, I'm more of a talkative, asking questions. So if you get too high safety, you get a dig with a go, and then a corner or out route. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm just what you reading pre-snap, what you reading post-snap, what dropper you take here. What angle would you throw this ball if you got this type of corner? You know what I'm saying? Because always, that's why I tell my receivers when I'm out there throwing routes, you're not always going to be wide open. You know what I'm saying? So if I throw a ball front shoulder, it's because I'm thinking of a DB playing you this way. If I throw the ball top shoulder, it's because I'm thinking of a DB playing underneath. You know what I'm saying? So I'm going to throw you open. So think of that. So take your route this way. So when I throw it this way, it's easier for you to catch it this. You know what I'm saying? So
absolutely.
So I take everything that I see from people and I run with it. So and I learned a lot from Joey and Chad Johnson, my coach. I learned a lot from them too, really, reading the game and, just the work ethic, and especially from sitting behind Joey my sophomore year. That's who I was with every day. I was going to his house, and that's how I learned how to, okay, when you get to college, you have to be fine with being the number 2 for a year. You have to be fine with getting close with the number 1 quarterback right now. You know what I'm saying? So that, and then this transfer over to Grambling, like Kajaya Holloway, that's my boy. Like me and him, we got the same quarterback trainer back in Cali.
Okay.
So we like this. So, we already built that relationship, and we have that relationship. So every time I'm back at Grambling or I'm visiting Grambling, it's me and him. You know what I'm saying? So, but he know when we get on that field, we competing for a spot. So it's love, but at the same time, I'm helping him out. You know what I'm saying? I'm one of them guys. If I'm on the field, I'm going to help you out. I promise you, you throw a bad ball, hey, bro, just fix this. That I'm going to go up there, and that's going to tell me, hey, don't do the same shit he just did. Fix that. You know what I'm saying? Make sure that's okay. So now you can come back, you throw a better ball. So now put pressure on him to, okay, don't put my feet up. You okay? Now I'm trying to throw a better ball than him. You know what I'm saying? Competition now with me and him. So it's a competitive world with me. I'm gonna compete. I used to go to camps and I'm gonna cut. I'm gonna cut you. I'm sorry, I gotta get my reps. I want this. And Jay Garcia in Miami, that's my boy. You can ask him. You can ask Kajaya. I promise you, they'll tell you. Trillian, yes, he will cut you. He does not. He's going to get 15, 20 reps in one practice. Like in one camp rate, like he gonna get what he need to get done. So that was the biggest thing for me was just competing. So.
And speaking of competing, man, you talked about Halloween. You got they got a load of QB room. I've spoken to Julian Calvez, who also coming in with Grambling this summer. They also just got a transfer out of North Texas, Amani Gilmore. Just what is your thoughts on competing with some really good QBs for the QB1 spot this year? What's that going to be like for you?
It's going to be lovely. What can I say? Like, oh snap, you feel me? Like they bringing in 2 more quarterbacks. You know, like I really can't say too much because at the end of the day, what have I shown? You know, like I ain't shown nothing. You know, once again, Julian, he played his senior year. You know what I'm saying? Another, the new kid that just committed from UNT. He's from a D1. You know what I'm saying? So he got the experience. You know, and with Kajaya being there, he got the experience in D1 from UCLA. You know, so but at the end of the day, it's like I know me, I know what I can do, and I know what God got planned for me. So I'm not going to sit here and hey, coach, why'd you bring so and so in? You feel me? Because there's some people that will do that, but me, nah, I'm gonna sit. Right. I'm gonna sit back. I'm gonna grind. I'm gonna work my ass off, and I'm gonna be cool with everybody. You know what I'm saying? I ain't no hater. I ain't one of them like, oh, just because he playing, he not better than me, or he's this. Nah, I'm gonna congratulate you because I know when that time comes for me, it's the best one. You know, and I know if let's say if I don't go there and I don't win the job over, and I'm number 2 or 3. You know what I'm saying? But if I'm on number 3 and that time come to me, I bet you I'm at number 1 for the rest of the year, for the rest of my career. You know what I'm saying? So that's how I take it, and I look at that like that.
Yeah, man. Hey, the Graham fam's gonna love to hear that, man, because that's a great attitude. Like you said, everybody doesn't come into college that attitude. You see 2 other quarterbacks coming in your same class. You see guys transferring in it. You might want to bolt. You might want to go somewhere else, but you embracing the competition and still doing it with love because those are going to be your teammates at the end of the day, potentially. That's a great thing to have, man. I don't know if you understand that how great of a mindset it is to have for you to be like that, man, because that's really awesome.
For sure. Thank you.
No problem. Once again, we're talking to Trillian Harris, one of the Grambling State quarterback commits. Now, Trillian, I'll get you out of here on this, man. You've talked a lot. You've given us some great stories. We've had some great laughs, man, but you've also overcome a lot of adversity to get to the point that you're at. I just want to ask you, man, just for the Graham fam at home, just let them know who Trillian Harris is and what they're going to get as far as a player, a young man, a student when you hit campus starting, I'm assuming this summer and potentially this fall.
Yes, sir. So I know one thing they're gonna get. They're gonna get a person that loves the community for sure. You know, that's gonna be one. You know, throwing little mini camps. You know, I got something in the works right now, throwing camps in the city. You know, giving back to the homeless. You know, so I got some stuff in the works right now with that. But also, just you got a competitor. You got somebody that loves to eat, that's hungry 24/7. You know, somebody that support. You know, I love support. You know, I'll support anything, anybody. You got another person. You got a player that's a dog. You know, and I let it compete. You know, if I feel like something going wrong, you know, I speak my mind, and I'm a competitor. So with the team, you know, I want us to be great. You know, so any little thing got to be game ran, and that's another thing about Coach Jackson. You know, him coming from the league, that was the biggest decision for me. You know, he's been around it, he's seen it. You know, he coached one top of the greats. You know, and with him doing that, it was more okay. That's me. You know, I'm a league. You know, I got the size to get there, and now you know I'm building that real size. You know, that muscle and everything. So when Grand Fam gets me, it's gonna be up and it's gonna be stuck and it's gonna go. I promise.
Hey, I love to hear it, man. Once again, we're talking to Trillian Harris, quarterback at Grambling. Trillian, when you get to campus, man, when are you headed down there?
Right now we're actually in the works with that. So we try to figure it out. So I think it's gonna be more like June, July.
Okay.
So we're in the talks with, you know, so the whole Bishop Sycamore stuff happened. So we in the talks with NCAA. So they just want to make sure everything is clear through them, and you know, because my transcripts is straight, they just got to make sure. So you know, take the risk on, you know, just anything going on because of Bishop Sycamore. So we, you know, I'm just staying prayed up, but most definitely June, July for sure. You know, as soon as that hits, I'm on the road. I'm straight to Graham, man.
Absolutely, man. Well, Trillian, hey, I wish you the best of luck, man. I can't wait to see you down in the black and gold at Exit 81 with the Graham fam.
Oh, man. Can't wait.
Hey, and I know they can't wait to have you, man. Once again, Trillian Harris of Grambling State. Be sure to hit that thumbs up button area. Well, thank you guys for tuning in. My name is JeffLightsYJr with the Black Boss Channel, and we will see you next time.